All right, let's bring in Emmitt Smith, Hall of Famer, to the show. Is going to join us right now. What's up, Emmitt? How are you doing today, man? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys doing? I hear the story going on over here about Antonio Brown and everything. So just listen at you guys chat. Y'all got some very good views.
Appreciate that. Well, I'm curious of your reaction. I want to get to a lot of Cowboys stuff. Obviously, we're going to hit on that. But since we were just discussing AB, what is your take on what has unfolded over the last couple months with him ending up on the New England Patriots? It's crazy.
It's been a saga, to be honest with you. And so, like I told someone earlier, that sometimes as players, I don't know the whole situation, what went down in Pittsburgh. I just know it wasn't a good situation. It turned out not to be good. Then to go to Oakland, and it turned out not to be as good. At some point, I think players need to start to look at themselves and ask themselves, what are they doing to contribute to the problem? Are they really? What's the initiative? What's the mission? What's the drive? And am I really part of it? Everything cannot be about every organization. There has to be something there some baggage that you're bringing to the table that's not good itself. So, but if he's happy in Boston, great. And so go do it. Go do your thing. And maybe Belichick and Brady is the group that can actually get him happy.
Yeah, that's interesting. At some point, you do have to look in the mirror and take accountability for what's going on. A team that has done that has been the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they looked in the mirror. They realized they got this opportunity of time to get this championship run in place. They locked up some players. What was your reaction to their Week 1 blowout of the Giants?
Well, I was very happy to see them win. I didn't expect a blowout, as you termed it. But, I'm happy that the Cowboys were able to get Zeke in, number one, and get him in and get him some reps this week. But also, I'm very pleased to see how the offense is starting to grow, how we're starting to throw the ball down the field with Gallup as well as Amari Cooper. And so having all of the pieces in place right now and all of the distractions off the table, you can purely focus on what the team need to do to get better every week and improve your offense. I think Kellen had a great game plan yesterday, and I think this week he's going to expand that game plan. Now that he knows that Zeke is here for a whole week, we got a chance to incorporate him into our thinking. And that's a beautiful thing. I think Dak Prescott had a great game yesterday, looked awesome, and the overall offense looked good. So the question becomes, can we build upon that momentum this week against the Washington Redskins? And so can we continue this up? So it's a long season, but yesterday was a good start.
Emmitt Smith joining us on behalf of Marriott Bonvoy. We'll get to that in just a couple minutes. But I do want to follow up on the Cowboys. When Zeke was holding out, he's in Cabo working out. Jerry and him are having this back and forth, playing it out over the media. Really, Zeke's agent was the one on their behalf, but Jerry was, very vocal about it. Kind of, you're getting an insight on the strategic position they were taking. What was in your mind? Was there ever any doubt that this would get done before the season started?
There was no doubt. The question was whether or not they would get done before the season gets started. And I think Jerry, you can look at it two ways. I see Jerry learned something from when I missed my first two games. And that experience in itself is playing in the back of his mind. And not only that, but I thought also look at it from the perspective of your team is intact. You have the best team that you have assembled in almost 20 years. And this guy is a key component to your team. Do you really want to mess up the chemistry right now when you have all of this stuff and all of your ducks in a row and all your dollars on the table? Do you really want to mess up the gumbo right now? Do you want to take salt out of this? Do you want to take the stew out of this gumbo? Or do you want to just leave the gumbo and put some extra meat in there and make this thing right? I think Jerry made the right decision. Bringing Zeke in right now, getting the season started off on the right foot, taking the distractions off the table, having everybody feel good and positive about where we have a chance to go, and then allowing it to play itself out. I thought he did a great job.
What was it like for you? What was it like for you as a player when you're holding out, you're in that position, and you know what you want to get to this end game, and yet you're not with your guys, you're not with your team? What is it like individually from that standpoint?
Well, when you're not on the team, and I wasn't holding out, when you want a job and someone don't want to give you a job for what you're worth, then it's very difficult. But when you sit here watching your teammates go to battle without you, that's really not a good feeling, especially when you know that you're supposed to be on that football field with them and you earn the right to be on the football field with them, but somebody's not valuing you accordingly based off of the productivity that you have produced over the last 2 or 3 years. And so it's very disappointing knowing that I'm sitting on the sideline watching my team go to battle without me, knowing that I can help them, and knowing that I want to be on that football field and having an owner play that against you. That's not a good feeling at all. But when you get all of the business and everything else resolved, then you feel better. You feel good about joining the team. You feel good about being there. You feel good about where your team have the opportunity to go. And that part is rewarding at the end of the day.
Emmitt, you talked about Dak Prescott yesterday and how he looked, they were allowing him to push the ball down the field a little bit more. It looks like he's taken another step in his evolution as a quarterback. His deal is coming up, and Jerry's talked about the deal possibly being imminent. Do you think they should reset the quarterback market with Dak, or what are your feelings on what Dak is worth and what he's worth to the Cowboys?
Well, obviously, Dak is worth a lot to the Dallas Cowboys. He means a lot to the Dallas Cowboys, and he's performing like that, and he performed like that yesterday. So the question becomes, do you have to do something right now? No, I don't think you have to do anything right now. You still have an opportunity for, you got more games, and Dak has more games to, in my opinion, to continue to make that case for himself. And why not allow the process to take place right now instead of dealing with all the other distractions? Everybody want to create these distractions so they can say I'm the one, or I'm the organization that broke this news. At the end of the day, Jerry doesn't have to make a move. Dak doesn't have to pay attention to all of the charade that's off the football field. Dak needs to stay focused on what he's doing as the quarterback, and that team needs to stay focused on what the mission really is, and that is to get to the playoff and do well in the playoff and hopefully get to the Super Bowl. If that takes place, even before you even get to the playoff, Dak can see a new contract before this season is over with. I'm looking for consistency out of that position and growth out of that position. As a player sitting back watching him grow and go through these different stages and performing at a consistent basis over the next 6 to 8 weeks, then I would make my decision in terms of what he's worth to the Dallas Cowboys. And I would make sure that if that consistency is there, he get the contract that he deserves.
Yeah, he got off to an outstanding start to the season. I thought he looked more comfortable than I've ever seen him, more accurate in the pocket than he's in any time as a Cowboy. So if he continues that, he's absolutely going to get paid. Emmitt, tell us what you have going on with Marriott Bonvoy.
Well, Marriott Bonvoy, I'm doing a combine masterclass with Marriott Bonvoy. The members of Marriott get to bid their points to come to the masterclass. I'm hosting the masterclass up in Chicago, October the 17th. And the person who bid the most points, I will see you in Chicago, take you through the combine. Danny, you know about the combine, what you have to go through the combine. You know, the one, the leg test, the 40, the weightlifting, and all those kind of things. I'm there to give you some tips and some hints on what you can do to run a better 40, to lift a little bit more weight here and there, and educate you around the game itself, the cover twos, the cover threes, the blitzes here and there. That's what I'm there for. I'm there as an assistant to help coach you along and cheer you along the way. Also, this is for everybody. Courtyard Super Bowl sleepover contest. That sleepover contest is going to be to the person who wins it, get an opportunity to stay in the Super Bowl host stadium and in a suite that's going to be transformed by Courtyard to a suite, big old suite, for you and 3 of your friends. How awesome is that? Get to sleep over on Saturday night and wake up on Sunday, have breakfast, and you never know who might come through and visit you. It could be myself. It could be John Randall. It can be Jerry Rice. It can possibly be anybody from the National Football League coming through to visit you and say, yo, welcome to the Super Bowl. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday.
I love it. Awesome stuff there, Emmitt. You're the best, man. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys. Go Gators.
All right. He had to take that last shot. The Go Gators call right there to the Seminole. Emmitt's a great dude, man. He's one of my favorite guys to talk about. Just a normal guy. Like, never, no Hall of Fame, no error about him. Just one really good dude. And, of course, you got to throw that shot right at the very end.